All right, ladies and gentlemen, all right, here we are with our next video, and if you read the title, um, this is for the Xcoser Deadpool resin helmet that I purchased. So here it is in all of its glory. Now, how does it look? On first glance, it looks amazing. I can't lie. But then, when I started to notice, you got a couple little bumps like right here, a couple little bumps right here. It looked like it received, some packing damage, right here, little niche right there, back here, and there's one other spot. It looks like it was, nicked in. Well, actually, that might have been all of it. Now, just underneath, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there it is, right there. So you see where the color was just painted. It didn't paint or either chipped along the way right under this eye right here. So inside of it, I was actually kind of hoping that it would have been a little bit more than what was packed inside. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, on first glance, this thing looks amazing. But I can see already that it's going to actually be a problem because I'm going to have to keep adjusting the mesh. So it's mesh on the inside, but it's like this mesh sheet. And there's 4 pieces of tape, 2 at the top. I'm sorry, 6 pieces. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and 2 on the side. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. And as you can see, there's like foam pieces here. And what they did was they actually put in like almost like the military helmets. They actually put like foam pieces so your head can be comfortable. And hey, no problem with that whatsoever. Like, it is actually amazing to put. And if you see it compared to my big ass head, this thing looks like it's supposed to fit. Well, with the foam in it, it didn't, unfortunately. So I had to actually strip all of the foam out. And I'm actually be wearing like an actual head wrap, or the baklava. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But like some of my old mill gear, because the intent was to actually paint all of this military green. So this is like a personal project, Air Force green, if that makes any sense. Or get another one so I could do an Air Force blue. But that'd be, tied into the X-Men Deadpool. Now, with that being said, I mean, I do love the concept of this thing, and I love the fact, just like with the Daredevil helmet, that this thing actually is like pretty lightweight. Now, putting it on the other hand, because again, I got a big ass head. I think my head measures out at 7 3/4 or 7 3/8. Now, like I said, upon first glance, I mean, you can actually not see my head behind this thing. It does the job, but again, I had to take out that foam to actually make it work. So let's go ahead and try this one on for our viewing public, and here we go. Now, going inside, on the right side, right here, there's a piece that sticks out a little bit further, and I have to actually like kind of maneuver the helmet, in and out to actually put it on. As you can see, I mean, it fits perfectly. But once you lift your head, then you can see how much room you actually have. So it actually does move, pretty good. And I mean, the detail on it looks amazing. This is all one piece, so there's no eye parts that's coming out. So everything is like literally all one. So taking it off is a lot easier than actually putting it on, because like I said, there's that one piece that just kind of hits your eye every single time, or hits like the bridge of your eye, I'm sorry, every single time you put it on. There might be a way to alleviate that. We haven't found out just yet. But other than that, man, I absolutely love this piece. I think this is probably one of the best things that I've have ever purchased cosplay wise. So my goal is actually to order another one that I can actually paint. I just wish the do-it-yourself wasn't latex. That's the only reason why I didn't get to do it yourself, because I want to, like I said, I want to paint this green and then, you know, link it to like my military uniform, but keep things, you know, pretty much subtle, like the katanas. I'm gonna definitely have the katanas all black. The pistol holders, like that stuff will be all black. There's going to be just subtle hints, just like with the Daredevil. There's going to be subtle things that's going to, you know, take it out of the character, you know, because I just want to do something a little bit different. And, you know, not too many people have seen, you know, a cool representation of Deadpool as a military man. So all in all, you know, on the inside of it, you know, minus the foam and minus the little mesh piece here, which I actually am thinking about doing for Daredevil. So, because I mean, I can see out of this thing perfectly, and looking into the light, I mean, it's not blinding like my other Deadpool Zentai suit, where I couldn't look into the sun or look into a bright area without being blinded. So this is a perfect combination, and this is a lot easier. So if I do have little Freddy with me, you know, I could just, you know, maneuver around with him. It's not cloudy looking. I mean, there's a little bit of a shade on it, but it's not like where you got to kind of like squint or like lean in and say, oh man, you know, can I really see? What y'all think? Does it look good? Does it suit me? What? So let me know in your comments, you know, what you think about that one. So now, with that being said, I do appreciate Xcoser for getting the stuff extremely quick out to me. I do love that. Couple of little bumps and bruises on it, but hopefully that's something that they can definitely look into. And another thing I want to kind of bring up too was that I'm actually kind of glad that it's not red. It's more of a like a crimson. So if I was to build something, or like the actual suit, if I wanted to keep this and kind of scratch the military side of it, I could definitely find like a crimson, you know, suit, or, you know, at least dye something crimson to kind of match this. And you just basically just piece everything else together, you know, and keep it, you know, the burgundy, crimson and black and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's another thing that I really do love about this particular piece. And the fact that it's, you know, it's resin. I mean, it doesn't move. It's not as loose as the Daredevil helmet, but I mean, still, nonetheless, I mean, I absolutely love this thing. And it was cool to actually find something that actually fits my big old melon. So, if you have any questions, comments about Xcoser, by all means, shoot me a message and all that good stuff, and I'll definitely tell you about my experiences with them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Cosplay Freddy out. But stay tuned for part